Hello, my friends, and welcome to our virtual celebration for the week of December 5th. December 5th, the last month of 2021. Can you believe that? Isn't that remarkable? So here we are. It is the last night of Hanukkah. It is the second Sunday of Advent. We are moving toward the end of this year, as we are deeply experiencing the joy, the light, the celebration, the connection of this holiday season. So here's my invitation. Settle in, relax. Let this time with us be a sacred moment.
3, 4. Shine on my back door someday. I can feel it in my heart and soul that good is on the way. I let go of holding on to what doesn't treat me right. Treat me right. I saw the darkness, but I chose the light. Souls before me, I questioned the sky, but then I kicked away the fog and I saw that the stars are all aligned. I said the sun will rise tomorrow as I danced around the night, around the night. I saw the darkness, but I chose the tries to stay too long and I can't get rid of fear. I name everything I'm grateful for. I take 3 breaths and I change the gears. I face these choices every day, but I choose with all my might to let love ignite. I saw the darkness, but I chose the light. Saw the darkness, but I chose the light.
So last week we began our theme of Advent and Hanukkah. Really, we began the Festival of Lights, and our theme for this month is finding light everywhere. You know, our whole thing for the year is finding spiritual fulfillment in everyday activities. Chopping wood, carrying water, taking out the garbage, raking the leaves, cleaning up, whatever it is, we find that we let everything become a spiritual practice. And so this month, our focus is on finding light everywhere. Wherever we look, we can see the emanation of life, vitality, of joy, of connection, of abundance. If we look for it, there it is. And the Sunday of December 5th, this evening, ends the celebration of Hanukkah. Hence, all the candles are lit. We're right there. We're moving forward. We're beginning this new experience. And as we talked about last week, the miracle of Hanukkah isn't some great, remarkable event. It's finding enough of what you didn't think you had enough of. It's thinking that you lost something, and there it's been the whole time. And letting those little miracles grow and expand into something else. And you know, I love what Rabbi Jonathan Sachs says. There are always two ways to live in the world. That is often dark and full of fears. We can curse the darkness, or we can light a light. And as the Hasidim say, a little light drives out much darkness. May we help light up the world. You know, there are two ways of being in the world. And the reality is there is way too much darkness right now. And it's being created through fear, through this vitriol that plays itself out, through this sense of separation, from this belief that there's either or, us and them, the right ones or the wrong ones. And that's what it's time for us to regenerate, to bring in a new vision, one that unifies us, because that's what Advent is all about. It's all of us waiting with joyful anticipation for this new and remarkable miracle that happens. That's the Hanukkah story. It's one that unites us and creates an environment where each and every one of us are free to express our joy, our gratitude, our devotion, our idea of God, that it is not limited to one or the other. So really the joy that we are experiencing is the joy of freedom. It's the joy of being an emancipation from any and all ideas of bondage. So it's about making a choice. It's about choosing love, choosing life, choosing connection. Love is a choice. It is an emotion. We feel love. We feel the connection. We feel the joy. But you know, there are times when we choose love. Think about the time when you come home and the dog has chewed something. Or think about the time when your child has done something, or your partner has said something really stupid. Any of those kinds of things, in those moments, we may be angry, we may be frustrated, we may feel a sense of disappointment. But in those moments, we begin to choose love, and something powerful begins to happen. Dr. Martin Luther King, one of his most famous statements is this: "Darkness cannot drive out darkness. Only light can do that. Hate cannot drive out hate. Only love can do that." So yeah, darkness doesn't drive out light. Hate does not drive out love. Only light can create more light. Only love, can create connection. So this is the choice, and it's a courageous one to do, because sometimes it feels counterintuitive, but we do it anyway. That's the miracle of it. Hope, love, joy. These are risky business because they're counterintuitive to what we're almost wanting to have a gut reaction to. But when we do that, something powerful happens in us. We expand. We step into the vision. We become the intention that we're setting. You know, one of the great metaphysical truths is this: we are what we desire. Because what we desire is what we are becoming, consciously and unconsciously. It's what we are moving to. So, you know, what I often say is this: we are what we are becoming, and what we are becoming is what we desire. And we can choose that. And so we desire love. We desire justice. We desire unification. We desire connection. We desire health, happiness, well-being. And when we hold these, when we choose these, And that's what this festival is all about. We look outside, it's getting dark earlier. There's more darkness than light. And yet we are choosing light. And we create symbols of light. Reindeer and menorahs and bonfires and candles and all these elements of light and magic, because that's what we are becoming. As Marcella Ezra says, when we share something material, we are left with less of what we started. But currencies of spirit, elements such as light, love, and knowledge, defy these physical conditions. They increase as they are shared and become eternal. On Hanukkah, when we use one flame to light another, the glow is not halved, the light is multiplied. And it's true. If I have 2 cups of hot cocoa and I give you one, you have one and I have one, it's a little bit diminished. If I have $100 and I give you 50, I may have less, and then you have some. It balances. But when we talk about spiritual things, it's completely different. Because if I share my love with you, I don't have less love, I have more love. When I share my joy with you, I'm not less joyous, I'm more joyous. When we share the spiritual currency, here's the paradox. It increases, it doesn't diminish. And so this time of year, that's the call, is to share at a spiritual level. Of course we give gifts. We give gifts because when we love somebody, we're curious about them. And we want to give them tokens that remind them, that bring joy to them, that bring excitement to them. But even more than that, when we share our spiritual coin, our love, our joy, our forgiveness, our happiness, our amazement at what a miraculous thing living in this world is, it expands in us. To go back to what Rabbi Jonathan Sachs says at the very beginning of this talk, something that the Hasidim say, when we share light, it expands the light. When we look at these candles, when we see one candle in the room, it creates more light, and not at the diminishment of the other lights. And so as we stand into this light, something miraculous happens. There comes more light and more light and more light. And so I'd like to share a process with you. Let's just hold a vision for a moment. And if it feels comfortable for you to close your eyes, do so. Just allow yourself to breathe and relax. And ask your highest wisdom right now, where is one place I can bring more light, more joy, more love into the world? And see yourself going into that circumstance. And see yourself just radiating that light and that love. Watch how it changes the whole dimension of that area. And now just imagine that you are connected to each and every one of us, because in truth you are. And each are holding more light. And so we can literally see the entire planet becoming lighter, more filled with joy, more filled with love, more filled with compassion, more filled with justice everywhere. That is the true mystery and meaning of this time of year. And so, my dear friends, we are emissaries of light. We are noble sons and daughters of a high and noble race. We are made in the image and likeness of the divine. And our presence here is transforming the planet. Thank you.
are shadows, tiny sparrows, safe inside clear blue sky of another storm, moving in and out of time, in and out of the circle of life. We are children of the angels, keepers of the fire. We are children of the angels, reaching for the light. We are not strangers, we are all brothers. I know we came here to love each other. Here in the circle of light, each one thinks he has the answer. Each believes that she can see the way, the only way. The truth lies waiting, always waiting, like a love, a peaceful dove, right there inside your soul. From another place and time, moving into the circle of life. We are children of the angels, keepers of the fire. We are children of the angels, reaching for the light. We are not strangers, we are all brothers. I know we came here to love each other. Here in the circle of light. Here.
Thank you again for being part of our virtual community. You know, here's the deal. Whether we are out in the world of the Webernet connecting from the virtual, or whether we are gathering together on Sundays at the Hilltop Spiritual Center, we're still one. We're still connected. There's still love. There's still joy. There's still expansion. There's still tremendous opportunities. And all of that comes because of you. Because you are taking this vision literally out to the streets. Every time you share this video to your Aunt Lou or your Uncle Harry, every time that you click or give a comment, every time that you financially contribute, each and every one of those things is remarkable. It makes a difference. You make a difference. And we are just so grateful. And so, dear friends, to those whom you love, and those whom you receive love from, especially during this time of year, I wish you many, many, many blessings.